Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to one more session from us at Team Aussizz. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone is kind of enjoying their Friday working from home. Today or this month, 31st would be the last day for Victoria, where we are, the conditions are a little bit easing, which is a very bright side, and we are going in the right direction. So today we are very fortunate to have Shraddha, who is the marketing manager and recruitment officer from MIT, which is Melbourne Institute of Technology. They have so many courses. They have different courses which are catered for international students and of course locals. We would start our Facebook Live by welcoming Shraddha. Shraddha, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mangarish. Good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's start kicking in by the different courses what you guys provide. Where is the college? Because I know, but I would like to get everybody know. So can you please tell us where the college is situated, what sort of courses you provide, and so on and so forth, please?
Yeah. So we've got two campuses in Australia. One is in Melbourne and one is in Sydney, and they're both in the CBD. So they're really, really easy to get to, right in the middle of all the happening stuff. So yeah, it's super good. Yeah. And about our courses, so our main areas, we specialize in three areas, so business, IT, and engineering. Those are stuff of the future. So our courses are very focused on anything technology related, anything IT related. Even our business degrees have got sort of IT units embedded in them, ready to make students really digitally aware and digitally ready for the future.
So is it diplomas, bachelors? What are the other courses?
It is just bachelor's and master's degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Would you be having any slide or do you want to give any information?
Yes, right I've actually got slides prepared. I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about the courses, about credit transfers, about tuition fees and scholarships.
Excellent.
And also about the online, how online study is right now.
Yes. Yeah. So would you like to show that later?
Probably I'll share it now if you like.
Sure, please go ahead. No problems.
So it says it's disabled. Could you enable it?
Sure. Just a second. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Okay. I'm pretty sure we'll work that one out. Now, the next question, which pretty much every single person right now is having, that each and every college or the university has basically started going towards being online, because that is the only solution what we have at this point of time when it comes to studying for the local or even international students. So what are the changes have you guys implemented to cater for your students?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Some of the changes, obviously, when we went online, all our classes went online as well. So even lectures and labs, everything went online. And so most of the classes are basically happening through Zoom. Some meetings and stuff still happen via Skype. So it really depends with students and staff. Our students can now sort of make appointments with their academic course coordinators, their lecturers, and it's all done virtually over Zoom or Skype if they need extra help. Now, they could always make appointments and meet them in person, but now they've got two options, which is virtually, but also face-to-face. So it's really, really good. Lectures and labs, tutorials, they're all recorded. So, if they didn't quite catch it the first time, they can always look back at the recorded, and which really, really helps. Yeah, feedback has been that, that really, really helps. So they can just look at it, and for the revision purposes, reviewing, it's great. And obviously everything, all our services, library, IT, we've got, what else? We've got also even making appointments with the careers advisor, because you've got to start thinking about your career as well. Even even speaking with counsellors. So counsellors are available over the phone. virtually, face to face as well, if you like as well. So, it's just sort of extended the range of what we can offer. It's digital as well as in person now. Yeah.
That's right. So you pretty much received a very positive feedback when it comes from students that they're pretty much enjoying that. Of course, when you go to a classroom, yes, there is a face-to-face interaction, which is already been kind of implemented. But at the
That's right.
same time, if they have any questions by, going through the modules, they can come back to the college professor or a teacher and get more information about it.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. They're just, a click away, a phone call away. And then, yeah, you just need to make an appointment with them. And it's not just professors as well. We've got staff from the MIT Center of Learning. They will help you with any assignments, your essay writing skills or report writing skills. Just, if you're having any problems, just shoot them your assignment and see how am I doing. So they give you feedback within about 24 hours or so. So that is really, really good as well. They'll help you with referencing. And workshops that they've done, it's all gone online as well.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm pretty sure that if they are getting that sort of response from the teachers, they should be happy enough. Now, will there be any exams or how is it gonna go?
Oh yeah, good question. So obviously exams have been replaced by sort of online assessments.
Assessments, yes.
Yeah, so it will still happen during the exam period. But what happens is final year units have an added layer. So on top of online assessments, they also need to do oral exams.
Okay.
Yeah, so virtually, so just like here in Zoom,
Yes.
they'll attend sort of oral exam. They'll ask about, your assessments, more information. Now, that can also happen for other units as well with other students, even if you're in the first year or second year, but it's compulsory for the third year, the last final year students.
Okay, excellent. Now we'll go through the questions and then I'm pretty sure we'll go back because the access has already been given. So we'll come back to the slides once we pretty much finish all the questions. Would you be happy with it, Shraddha? Is it okay?
Sorry, we'll be in a few minutes.
I was saying we'll go through all the questions and then we'll come back to the presentation. So would that be okay?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Now, as we talked about, the different changes, we went online, then the exams, of course, there are some which are assessments, some which are kind of face-to-face. Now, in this difficult time, of course, most of the students, which they come from, say, either subcontinent or overseas, where they don't feel right to talk about or discuss about their issues. Then there might be anxiety issue, there might be depression, there might be so many mental health issues which we give so much emphasis, but sometimes students don't feel comfortable talking about it. So is there any student services or counseling sessions which you guys provide?
Yes, definitely. I mean, right now especially our counselors are working overtime.
Okay.
Trying to meet our students' needs. They do such an amazing work, I have to say. Even normally, we've got about four amazing counselors. So you can set up appointments with them to talk to them or come and meet them in person if, if they feel, I can do it.
Yes.
So
with the social distancing, of course.
Because some people might be, afraid of taking public transport or anything like that.
That's right.
So if not, it's over the phone. And so our counselors, it's free, confidential counseling sessions.
Yes.
We also have a personal academic support officer, we call them. So from day one, when you start at MIT, they start calling all of students to find out how they're going, and they keep on calling throughout the semester to see, whether you can actually, how you're going with your studies, and do you need any help? So they're separate from counselors. So they're an added layer that we've got. And they are also calling around our students to keep them motivated in their studies, because one thing with online study is you have to motivate yourself. So we're trying to do that, calling them regularly, keeping in touch with our students at the moment. And we normally do that, but we're doing it more now.
Yes, true. So the different means of getting in touch is, of course, the phone, email, and then the Zoom meeting sort of thing comes into the picture, right? Yeah. So just a message from my side to all the students who are seeing this one, who are even listening or watching this. in Australia, it is not a society what we are kind of used to in the back in our country when we come from overseas. So if you talk about any issues when it's a small, it's always good that they cannot get escalated to the next level. So
Oh,
if you have
definitely.
if you have any issues, we'll come back to different issues later on as well. But if you have any issue which is maybe a depression or anxiety, or you're not sure about what is happening around, because there are so many different media reports which are going in the community right now, and I'm sure if it's a new individual coming to this country, it is very difficult to kind of understand and to know what exactly should be doing or what exactly is happening around.
Mm.
So please feel free, as you guys are already enrolled, or if you're planning to enroll, MIT is providing all those services. Please use those ones because they are meant for you guys to help in each and every single manner. So do not hesitate, because at the end of the day, it's a confidential information what you will get, any
That's
sort
right.
of advice. And of course, those counselors will not be talking about those issues to
Oh.
anyone else rather than just between you guys. So feel free, no issues whatsoever. Now again, Shraddha, the next question what I have is, as we guys discussed about the pressure which is, say, mental health, but again, it's kind of so much attached towards the financial hardship.
Mm.
When students coming from overseas, they're pretty much dependent on their jobs, their part-time jobs. At this point of time, of course, it's easing a little bit, but it's not what it used to be in the past.
Mm.
So how you guys are helping out with the students who are basically in that sort of need?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. And yeah, we do get asked that a lot.
Hmm.
So we do, I've just shared my screen, and we
Sure,
do
sure.
have payment plans options for our students. So normally the first two scholarship that you can see on the screen there, we normally have that anyway. So it's for offshore students, we've got the International Excellence Scholarship. So I believe
Okay.
it's about 30% off or something like that. And there
Hmm.
are certain criteria that you need to meet. Now, same for the onshore, there are certain criteria that you need to meet, like your
Hmm.
English, your academic results have to be certain level, and you have to have studied maybe in Australia studied with MIT for 2 semesters. Now, the non-merit based scholarship is what we're offering at the moment to help students out, especially onshore students, who've lost their job, who've had their hours reduced, and yeah, so that's what I can show you. Actually, I was actually planning to show you the tuition fees as well, so I'll quickly
Yeah,
touch on that.
sure, sure. Yes.
But on top of the tuition fees that we have, provided scholarships,
Hmm.
for this scholarship, the non-merit based scholarship, you don't really need to have the criteria a bit less. So you just need to meet the entry requirements for MIT.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and what also happens is we have the installment payment plans available for our onshore students at the moment.
Yeah.
You basically have to pay about 50% upfront, and then the rest has to be paid in 2 equal installments. So that's what we've tried to do for our
Hmm.
students. Other than that, I'll just quickly show you how much the scholarship is, because
Sure.
it's pretty
Just
big.
before just before we
Yeah,
proceed further, the payment plans,
yeah.
how do students get in touch for them? How do they contact you for that?
Yeah, so when students are applying for COE, what usually happens is they just need to pay 50%, and
Yeah.
then once they've enrolled into the course, so once they've got their COE, sorry,
Yeah.
and what happens, the next stage is usually the orientation and enrollment session.
Yes.
During that session is
Hmm.
when students can go and see the finance department
Okay.
and let them know, I
Okay.
like to go on a payment plan, and they'll just sign some forms to go
Yeah.
on a payment plan,
Hmm.
and it has all the information about when their fees are next due and everything like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if it's your first semester, usually also, we there are certain deadlines that you need to meet. But if you're late by 1 or 2 days, we can overlook that because it is your first semester.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we try to do for our new students at
Yes.
MIT. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. No problem.
So would you like to take a look at the tuition fees that we've got as
Yes. So
well?
if
Yeah.
you have this presentation, if you wish to start from the beginning, please
Okay.
feel
Yeah.
free.
Sure.
No
I,
problems
I
whatsoever.
might do that. I've already covered a few things actually, which is
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah. So quickly, I hope that this information will be really useful for you guys, for our students especially.
Yeah.
I will talk a little bit about MIT, our response to, the COVID situation, a bit about our business degrees, our IT and engineering degrees, our online study at MIT, fees and scholarships, and credit transfer.
Perfect.
So that's the way we would do.
Sure.
Now, obviously, the first thing is usually the location. So we are located in the city, as I mentioned before. This is our campus in Melbourne. It is just across from Melbourne Central Station, as you can see. It's also really, you can't see it, but there are trams and buses just around the corner. So super easy to get to, very happening Melbourne, one of the most livable cities in the world, as you probably know. And you've got access to bars, cafes, so you can study, you can work there, you can play there, have fun. Now the other our other campus is in Sydney, and it is also in the city, really close to it's actually just next to Darling Harbour, really. So Darling Harbour is also another really happening part of Sydney, and it's located close to train stations like Town Hall and Wynyard, just a few minutes walk. So it's really good, very amazing locations. I have to say, you don't have to go all the way to Whoop Whoop, as we call it here. Yes, to study. So, and I find that a lot of students, offshore students especially, when they come and study in country towns and stuff, it is a bit of a culture shock. I think it's big culture shock than it is if they were to study in the city, because we're so used to city living,
True.
Yeah. So next, okay, just this is just something that I like to say, because the order of the time in the age that we're living is, it is so rapid at the moment, the way we're just progressing. So when you come to MIT, prepare to be challenged and get exposed to really new ideas, new ways of thinking. That's what our degrees aim to do. It's more than just any other degree. It's, you don't just get a bachelor degree or a master's degree. It's more than that. It will really prepare you for the future. Okay, the MIT difference. So a little bit about MIT. Now we are industry connected. What that means is our lecturers and our tutors, they all have, about 80% of them have got PhDs already, or they're currently on their way to getting PhDs as well. So they are experts in their field. So a lot of them have already, either worked in industry for a long time, and they've finally become a lecturer. And they've made that change, or they're currently still in industry. So what you get is really up-to-date information about what's happening in your industry as well. And now the other one is about getting career ready. So, we like to say your career starts from day one at MIT, and some of the students really listen. So we get a handful of students, who've just arrived in Australia, and they go straight to see our careers advisor, which is Jared, because he's there during the orientation, and we really hammer it to students that, hey, you got to come see Jared soon. And some of them listen, and they come, and they've got amazing results. So, we've got students who 2 weeks into coming into, Australia, they've already got a job. Jared helps them with their CV, their interview skills, even going on social media, LinkedIn, how to promote yourself, and how to really present yourself so that, your employees really like you. So we are really focused with, with career. So we want our students, everyone, to get a job at the end of it in their field. Your degree, that's what you're here for. It's for your career. It's to set yourself up.
Yes.
And, we focus very heavily on that. Now, City Vibe, you already know, you've seen our city campuses. Specialist courses is basically the 3 areas that we focus in, which is business, IT, and engineering. So what that means is we can actually really focus on these 3 areas in creating, crafting really good degrees for you, for students that are really industry recognized. We work together with industry anyway to create this degree, so they're really in line with the standards currently. But what we also try to do is we try to update it. We try to look into the future and what can what does the future expect graduates to be? So we prepare you really for now and for the future as well. Yeah. And finally, amazing student support. I nearly forgot that one. So yeah, we've got, careers counselors, we've got the Center of Learning staff to help you with the assignments. We've also got peer mentoring. So students who are really, really good, they actually can mentor students, other students. What other, we've even library support. Luke from library is really, really good. He will help you a lot. So, and we've got the passers, as I mentioned, the personal academic who call you every semester, a few times during every semester to see how you're going. We've also got events. So most of our events have actually gone online. So another thing that, our students obviously will feel, because, I feel it too sometimes, is the isolation that comes.
That's right.
Yeah. And we've brought everything online. And they've logged on and they've met their classmates, virtually. They met them, and tried to engage our students with all these different events, games and stuff, all online, all virtually. And we have weekly catch-ups with our students to find out what they want for their events and how they're going, and just have a chat. So we've got all that platform set up for our students. You just have to come in and use them.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, next. It's about our response to COVID-19. So obviously we transitioned to online learning as fast as we could. And our student support services, we kept it available on campus and online. So we still had, staff working on campus as well, so that we could support our students if they need to come see us. And there was a few handful of students who still did that. So that was good. We extended our services. So it wasn't just face-to-face, it was now online and over the phone support, over email, Skype, Zoom, everything. So that is what we did. It was just extended, and it was just more easy to access.
Yes.
Now, the other thing that we did as well for our students, because, a lot of us working here, I can tell you, we used to be international students ourselves, so we really understand the struggle.
Yeah.
And that's why one of the things that we did was we created this financial hardship support fund, about $1 million. It was established for our students. And we are actually going through that right now. And I think some students have already been paid. Some students are still in the process. So, those are the things that we did in response to COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. So next, I'll quickly go through the business degree. It is an accredited degree. We've got accounting degrees accredited by CPA, Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand, and IPA, and even the marketing degrees is accredited by Australian Marketing Institute. The core structure, so with our core units, so we've got about 24 units. It's a 3-year degree. There are 4 majors that students can do. Digital marketing, accounting, marketing, and management. And there are 4 electives that you can, do as well on top of whatever major you've chosen to boost your knowledge. And some students actually like to take elective units from IT to really enhance their degree as well. So I'll quickly go through some of the subjects that we do in accounting. We've got forensic accounting and fraud detection. So something that we installed, I think, a couple of years ago. And also we've got accounting information systems and cloud technologies. It's really to make, even as an accountant, you are going to have to update yourself with a lot of digital technologies in your field. So these units address that, it makes you digitally ready. With management, we've got entrepreneurship in the digital age. We've got others, digital really related subjects that you can do, because even as a manager, you actually need to know what is out there and how you can use these tools to improve, productivity or even your business. And then we also have the digital marketing, the digital marketing and management. I think I've already gone through management, so sorry about that. That's just come in. Digital marketing is another really massive thing. I would definitely, if you are interested in marketing, I would definitely go for the digital marketing aspects. It's got so much more There are much more jobs in digital marketing now than marketing. So
That's right.
you just have that, more chances as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. A little bit about Master of Professional Accounting.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is also another one of our sought after subjects.
Yep.
That it has about 16 units, and the digital ready unit that we have there is business analytics and data intelligence.
Okay.
And there are two electives. Now, in terms of electives as well, I like to mention them because if you've got any credits, so if you're an onshore student and you've studied 1 semester or 2 semesters at another provider, it is you are likely to get quite a lot of credits, especially if you've done only 1 semester. You should be able to get most of your credits. If you've done 2 semesters, you should still be able to get credits, but sometimes it does get reduced. So electives usually help if there's no match. If any subject doesn't match, you can always get credits in the electives.
That's
instead.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So about our degrees, we have work integrated learning in all of them. So with our business degrees, so both the MPA, Master of Professional Accounting, and the Bachelor of Business degrees, we've got projects that our students actually do as part of the degree. What it involves is they have to go and look for a project from an actual business.
Yes.
And the business actually mentors them throughout the whole project, tells them what they want. And so, we've got students working for a rideshare company. They develop like 3-statement forecast based on financial modeling. Yeah. So really, really good stuff. It's basically stuff that you would do in a real work-based scenario. And the other thing is you actually work with students from different disciplines. So you'll work with someone from accounting, management, marketing, and they bring their own skill sets as well. Yeah, so this particular student here is Nawoda. She's one of our amazing students. This is from her project. Now, they were developing a marketing plan, a digital marketing strategy for an environmentally sustainable dry sanitation project. So it basically, it's a toilet that doesn't need a flush. So there's no water or snow. And it's, you use it they were trying to launch it in, especially in third world countries. So really, really, something for the decade right now in this age, being environmentally sustainable and everything. Yeah. So these are some of the, projects that you can get as well. So if you can't get it, we can help you get it, but it's always better, obviously, that you try and get it yourself, and we'll teach you, we'll mentor you how to go outside and get it and get a project from a business. And these are all really, really skills that you will really, really help you in your career later on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So we go on next to the Bachelor of Networking, a very hot topic. It is accredited by the Australian Computer Society. So what it means is that it is recognized all over the world, and the degree is created in such a way that we've consulted with industry, people in industry, and they've told us this is what we want in your graduates. These are the subjects that, these are the sort of learning outcomes that we want our students to have.
Yes.
Course structure. So it is a 3-year degree, 24 units, and you can major in cybersecurity. Or you can also you can actually specialize in software engineering or cloud networking. So there are some students who prefer more programming units. So even if you take the Bachelor of Networking, you can still do programming units when you choose to specialize in software engineering. Now, the other specialization, cloud networking, is also another, I think, after cybersecurity, it's probably one of the most sought after. Then there's data analytics and stuff. So definitely look into doing cloud networking as a specialization, or maybe even a cybersecurity major.
Yeah.
So these are just some of the units that you would do if you were to just do a general Bachelor of Networking degree. This is sort of what you'll do. And then if you're doing cybersecurity, you've got all these cybersecurity principles, computer forensics, ethical hacking, and all that stuff. Yeah. So it's
cybersecurity really is one of the courses which is very popular, right, amongst the international.
That's right. Yes. This subject is, we've got the highest number of students in this subject, really.
It's very fascinating as well to kind of,
It is.
study about it.
It is, I think, yeah, and it is so, in demand right now.
Yes.
It's definitely fun. Do you study a little bit of that
I,
yourself?
unfortunately, I have not, but I would have loved to.
Yeah, fair enough. So these are the specializations. You can specialize in cybersecurity. So just specializing basically means you just take a couple of units
Yes.
instead of a full major. So,
Yeah.
or you can, so the specializations are in cloud networks and software engineering, as I mentioned before. And we move on to the Master of Networking, another really popular subject. Now, what is different about a Master of Networking is each unit is about 20 credit points. This is different because most universities, their Master of Networking or Master of IT subjects degrees, they will be 15 credit points.
Yeah.
So what this means is our students only study 3 units per semester. So once classes come back to normal and you have to come into campus, 3 units a semester really translates to 2 days per week of classes.
Okay.
So it's really, really good for students. And even, I forgot to mention, even our bachelor degrees, if you follow our study plan, and there's no sort of, you don't jump around or anything like that, and you don't have too many credits and stuff. If you follow our study plan, it's 4 units per, semester, but the 4 units translates to just 2 days of, classes. So that really gives you so much flexibility for work and play.
That's right.
To balance your work life and your
Work
study
life.
life. Yeah. So I digress, sorry, and we'll go back into Master of Networking.
Sure.
So it is, our Master of Networking also has the cloud networks or software engineering specialization, or you can also specialize in cybersecurity. Now, the other thing that we've got is the cognate and non-cognate structure. So what cognate means is that you already have an IT background. So non-cognate means you come from a completely different background. So we've got students, from business, from pharmacy, even from social work. They want to now change the career to Master of Networking. They've already got a bachelor's degree and they want to do something in master's. So they have that option to actually do a Master of Networking anyway. And they do that by choosing the non-cognate stream. So, and students obviously get a bit scared and they say, oh, I don't have any IT background at all. Like, will I be able to do it? And we actually help you out. The first 2 subjects that you do are actually fundamental units.
That's right.
So it really eases you into the course. So, you go there and you're just not like, what are they talking about? All these terms, and you just bamboozle. So you don't have that. So the first 2 units will help you out and ease you into the courses.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is basically just a repetition. It just shows the units that you will get. And these are the specializations in part of the Master of Networking, very similar to Bachelor of Networking.
Sure.
Yeah. And as part of our networking courses, suite of courses, we've got the work integrated learning as well. So our students have, they need to do about 2 projects. Usually for business, it's just 1 project, but for our IT students, it's 2 projects. They do it over 2 semesters. It's pretty full on. It makes your degree really, really practical, and you really, really get that hands-on learning.
That's right.
So, we've had so many. You can have a read through quickly about, all the companies they've worked with, what they've actually worked on. So they've worked on IoT, Internet of Things devices for retirement homes, AI recognition they've used. They've learned how to do that. And also biometrics, fingerprint biometrics, as well as there was another student that I remember, this group of students who actually created this facial recognition cat flap that only opens for your cat or your dog. So, so it's really, really, high-tech stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. I wanted to quickly talk about Vasana Herath, who is one of our graduates, who is actually now working as a graduate IT analyst in the Reserve Bank of Australia. I think she's not a graduate IT analyst anymore, because it has been a few years since she graduated. So pretty sure she will have to find out where she is right now. But I just point this out because, a lot of international students think the job market there is brutal for them. And it isn't always the case. You do need to push yourself a little bit.
That's
We
right.
have Jared, our careers advisor, to help you push yourself. So, as an international student, you can make it as well. And, slowly regulations are changing, and it will be easier and easier for you, especially in the IT space. There's very little domestic students, local students with
That's
talent.
right.
So as an international student, if you've got the talent, if you've got the qualifications, and you've got the drive, you can get in. And a lot of our students do get in. Every day I hear from Jared how many students this student got in here, this student got in, and it's amazing. It's
Opportunities
yes,
are pretty much endless.
exactly. It's endless, and there's no reason why you can't get it. You just have to push yourself and come see our careers advisor. That's what I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Bachelor of Engineering Technology and Telecommunications is probably one of the final subjects that I will talk about our course. It is accredited by Engineers Australia, so it is also recognized all over the world, and it is created in line with industry standards. Now, another thing interesting is we are probably one of the probably one of the only private providers actually who've got accreditation from Engineers Australia, and even Australian Computer Society as well. So there's not many, and even universities, not many universities have Engineers Australia accreditation. Yes, that's right. And it's a really great thing, in terms of if you want to stay here and do your graduate visas and all that stuff. It really helps. Yeah.
Yes.
So a little bit about the study plan for what you can expect. The Bachelor of Engineering Technology has got obviously computer networking subjects. It is really, really closely related. They are. But you also have engineering subjects. So, you've got telecommunications modeling, you've got mobile and satellite communication systems and all that stuff.
Yes.
So what it means also is once you get your degree, you can go either in the IT space. You can find, jobs in the IT space or the engineering space. So it's just much more options that you've got.
That's right.
Yeah, and another great thing about it is it's got 2 project works that you need to do, same as the networking, but it also has industry experience, which is you go to a workplace and work there as an internship. So about 12 to 16 weeks, I believe. It depends on whether you do a master's or a bachelor's. Yeah,
sure.
So we'll go on to the Masters of Engineering, Telecommunications. So it's a 2-year degree. Now, most students do need to realize that if you want to do a Master of Engineering Telecommunications, you do need to have some sort of background in your bachelor's degree. You need to, it has to be telecommunications related, or electrical engineering or electronics engineering. So it's a little bit harder to get in that sense. If you don't have that, then we don't have any sort of non-cognate streams for this.
Cool.
Yeah, so this one also has the industry experience, and these are the sort of the units that you will be doing as part of this degree.
Yep.
I think we'll probably talk a little bit about some of what the projects that our engineering students have worked on as well. Particularly, I think they've done machine learnings, IoT devices, and they've created prototypes for many different industries. So you can have a read through. I wanted to speak to you also about this student, Archana Banepali. Now, she won a travel grant. Actually, she's an engineering student, and she won a travel grant to present her project to PayPal at the International Telecommunication Networks and Application Conference. So this is like a conference that has been running for about 30 years now. And she was actually selected, as a bachelor student. Her project work was so amazing, so important, and so, good.
Yes.
That she actually, she went into this competition and she won it. And she actually presented it. And so these are some of the amazing opportunities that we get. And she was actually, really mentored by her lecturer, Dr. Rajan Kodale, I believe it was. And, he really mentored her towards it and really pushed her to really, go and do it. And,
That's right.
it's been such an amazing experience for us. Really push our students as well.
Of
If
course.
you show that you're
True.
interested, then yes, we
Yeah.
definitely do that.
Must have been.
Finally, I want to talk a little bit about our courses at Federation University at MIT. So we do have business and IT units,
Mm-hmm.
and these are, so it's very similar to MIT courses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our IT ones are more heavily focused on software engineering. We've got a bit of business information systems as well, or business analytics that you can do. So just, you can always ask Aussizz if,
Yeah.
if you prefer these subjects, just ask them about a bit more about them and see if you like to do them.
Sure.
Yeah. And finally, I think I just wanted to just quickly touch, based on this very quickly.
Intakes.
So we have a trimester system,
Okay.
but the November semester is optional. So students, they can study the November semester if they want. If they want to fast track it, finish a 3-year degree in 2 years.
Yeah.
Or, if you failed maybe 1 or 2 units in March or July, you can sort of catch up on that. So
On November.
you've got that option, that flexibility to do that.
That's right.
Yeah. So I know I've already touched, spoken a little bit about the online learning at MIT. So
Yeah.
besides the flexibility that, everything is live and recorded and everything else, these are some of the, facilities that we've got. So,
Points.
we do orientation online, and there's all these resources online available for you to navigate through Zoom and through Moodle. So Moodle is what we use to store, all our assignments, students, and then we've also got discussion boards and Moodles. Students can talk about any topic they want related to, their subjects. So obviously students have access to their emails. They can do everything online, their fees, enrollments, even IT library support is, library is 24/7. So you can do your assignments, all this journal articles and stuff, and even academic support. As I mentioned, you can set up appointments with your lecturers if you need extra help.
Yes.
Yeah, and exams are through online assessments and oral exams as well. We've got online tutoring and feedback, so it's straight away. You don't have to wait for too long. As I mentioned before, with academic staff, and then you can also get help with assignments and study skills and peer mentoring from students.
Mentoring.
Yeah, and sorry, I think I'll just quickly go back. And
Sure.
the last one was the personal support with counselors. And, Mungarish, you mentioned how important it is that, if you are going through anything, it is always best to start talking early on and not leave it till the last minute when, things can spiral out of control. So, just speak to our counselors if you need, and we're always there for you.
It makes a life it makes a difference of of a huge quantity, because when I came in as a student, as an international student, I'm talking about 12, 13, 15 years ago, I was pretty much hesitant to talk about my issues, and when I had the first kind of a conversation with the counselor, I felt like I was a totally different person. So just need to be a little bit more
That's right. Yeah, it's amazing. The power of just talking about your problems sometimes even solves 50% of it. I won't say it solves everything, but there's this magical quality I find to just talking about our problems that really, really helps. So try it, guys, and try with someone authorized as well who can give you who can give you a different perspective, a really positive perspective to your problems. Yeah.
True.
So moving on, the scholarships and payments, I've already discussed that, I believe. So we've got the installment payment plan and the scholarships. I'll talk about the scholarships now. So this is
what most of the students were waiting for. So.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Is like, they're probably saying, oh my God, when are they going to stop talking? Get to this page. So you can see some really deep discounts. I think our business ones have about $500 off per semester. So this is every semester that you study at MIT. And then Bachelor of Networking has got quite a massive, I think it's over $1,000 per semester off. So it's really, really good. Very, very competitive. I think you're going to be saving a lot of money. Definitely. If you are interested in doing it. I'm not sure if the scholarship will be the same every semester, but right now for July intake, this is how much it is. And it's probably one of the deepest discounts or scholarships that we've given.
Yeah.
And even for our Fed Uni one as well, we do have scholarships available. I'll just move that aside so you can
Yeah.
take a look at it. So with Fed Uni, they already provide like about 16% scholarship.
Yeah.
But what MIT has done is we've added as well. So we will provide extra scholarship. I think it amounts to about 20% scholarship
Yes.
altogether. So I'm not sure if any other providers, because I know Fed Uni has other providers as well, partner providers. I'm not sure if they're doing that, but MIT is, also providing extra scholarship.
That's right.
Yeah, for the Fed Uni program. So take a look at it and speak to your Aussizz consultant.
Of course. Of course.
I think this is probably the final slide.
Yeah.
Credit transfers are very, very important. Obviously, you don't want to, let your first semester or second semester go to waste. So this is how you do it. When you apply for admissions, apply for credit transfer, these are the documents you need. So you need a certified copy of relevant certificates and results for any studies that you've completed. Now, I know certified copy can take some time, and you won't always have access to the official academic transcript. So unofficial is fine for now. But later on, I think students will be asked to provide the official transcript, and it needs to be certified as well. Unit outlines is a really important thing. One of the reasons why credits transfers, get delayed is if there's no unit outlines, or if it's not good enough, if it's not a proper unit outline. And obviously we need to see the credit transfer application form, whether you're applying for a Fed Uni course or an MIT course.
Of course.
Well. So remember, students, do that.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Aussizz can explain that to you as well, but just a reminder,
Yeah.
there are documents that you need. Yeah, so we've come to the end of the PowerPoint session.
Presentation. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much, Shraddha. You pretty much cover all the aspects what we were, the information what we were looking for.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of the students, if they have any query, you guys know that Aussizz is pretty much has got 5 branches in Melbourne. Please feel free to get in touch with us. As Shraddha said, July intake is just around the corner. You guys have seen what are the courses which they provide, what are the fees, what are the scholarships which are available. Of course, when you contact us, and we are more than happy to provide all that information to you guys. And on top, we'll try level best to kind of get Shraddha's team on there and try to get the offer letter within 24 to, I don't want to say 48 hours. We'll try level best to say 24 hours.
Yeah.
But as everybody's kind of working from home, we'll try level best to do it as soon as possible. Thank you so much again, Shraddha. I'm pretty sure we have tried our level best to give all the information. Of course, when students have any information, they'll definitely get in touch with us, and we'll get in touch with you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So enjoy your weekend, and I will definitely give you a call probably next week, and we'll go ahead from there.
No worries at all. Thank you, Mungers. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a good